Hi Rainbow and Silver Group, it is Miss Eddington. Now we are going to continue our conversation about measurement. We've talked about length, we've talked about height, and now we are going to talk about weight. When we are talking about the weight of objects, we are talking about how heavy they are. So today we are going to compare the weight of objects. Alright, so what I have right here on my screen is called a balance. A balance is something that helps us tell what is heavier and what is lighter. See, I have a yellow block and a red block. Now I have the word same in really big letters at the top because when a balance is equal on both sides, when the weight is the same, then the balance is straight across. When you put something heavier on a balance scale, the balance goes down on one side. So as you can see, that yellow block is going down. That is because that is heavier than that red block, which is lighter. When something is heavier on a balance scale, it will go down. When something is lighter, that side will go up. So let's compare the weight of these two things. I have a big giant tree and a little tiny tomato. Now just think about that for a second. What do you think is heavier, the tomato or the tree? Let's see. You were right, the tree is definitely heavier than the tomato. Trees are really big, they're really heavy. When you cut them down, they're really hard to move. Trees are just so big, but we could just pick up a tomato, we could toss it up in the air, we can carry it in our hand, but we can't carry a tree in our hand. So this shows you that trees are much heavier, and the balance where the tree was heavy went down. Now we have a big whale and a tie like your dad or grandpa or uncle or a friend might wear. Now, what do you think is heavier, the whale or the tie? That's right, the whale is definitely look, he barely even fits in the balance. He is so much heavier than that tie. He just kind of sinks down at the bottom and makes the balance go all the way to the bottom, showing us that the tie is much lighter. Alright, now I have an ice cube and a watermelon. Now, if you've ever eaten watermelon, if you've ever tried to pick one up and ask mom to go cut it for you, it's so heavy. Even a big watermelon slice like that is really heavy. That's why it's hard to carry them around. What do you think is lighter, the ice cube or the watermelon? And then which one do you think is heavier, the ice cube or the watermelon? You were right, the ice cube is definitely lighter than the watermelon. Watermelons are really heavy, they're full of a lot of yummy juice, and ice cubes are just little tiny things that you can just pop in your glass to make your water colder. So, as we can see, the heavy watermelon went down to the bottom and the light ice cube went up. Ooh, Alright, now we have a house. Oh boy, a house and a fly. Which one do you think is heavier and which one do you think is lighter? Yep, that house is so heavy. We can't pick up houses, but we could pick up a little fly. Flies are lighter and houses are heavier. Alright, this is the last one for our balance, and then we will move on to a scale. So this has an anchor and a ladybug. Anchors are what people use on boats, so that they put it into the ocean and their boat will stay put. It's so heavy that it can't even move, or a boat can't even move with the anchor in the water. Then we have a little tiny ladybug. Which one do you think is heavier and which one do you think is lighter? That's right, the anchor is so much heavier. Let's check it out. Ooh, there we go. Look how much heavier it is. It sinks the balance all the way down to the bottom while the ladybug goes popping up. Now, if you have a balance at home, I want you to try practicing balancing things by weighing them on each side and seeing which one is heavier and which one is lighter. Alright, now this is a scale. A scale is something that sometimes we use at the grocery store or we use it to see how heavy we are, but a scale has numbers. It almost looks like a clock. It has numbers that go all the way around, and each one of those numbers represents a pound. So we have 1 pound, 2 pounds, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And if it goes all the way back up to the top, it's so heavy that means it's 10 pounds. A lot of times we see these kinds of scales at grocery stores when we are trying to weigh how heavy our apples are, or how heavy our bananas are, or however heavy the things that we buy are. Now, when we use a scale at home, it looks a little bit different. Some scales look like this, where they have the number and the pointer going to how heavy you are, but a lot of scales we have at home now just pop up a number on the screen. So if you have time, I want you to go practice using your scale at home and weighing different things at your house. But right now we're going to practice using this scale to weigh some objects and see which ones are heavier and which ones are lighter. So as you can see, that scale moved to 1 pound. So, or a little over 1 pound. See, it's past that little 1 pound mark. So that means something on this scale weighs at least 1 pound. All right, now I have a little teddy bear. This isn't a real bear, it's just a little teddy bear. And I have a skate, like that you use to go ice skating. Let's see, which one do we think is going to be heavier? Let's check it out. So that bear has the pointer going at 1 pound. That skate has the pointer going at 3 pounds. So which one is heavier and which one is lighter? The bear or the skate? Yep, the skate is heavier. It's 3 pounds, and 3 is bigger than 1, so 3 pounds is heavier. All right, now I have a suitcase and a mason jar. Ooh, that suitcase weighs almost 9 pounds, and that jar only weighs 1 pound. Which one is lighter and which one is heavier? That's right, the suitcase is definitely heavier. It weighs a whole 9 pounds, and that little mason jar only weighs 1 pound. All right, this is our last one practicing scales. We have a cat and a dog. Ooh, they're really close. Which one is heavier and which one is lighter? That's right, the cat is lighter because it only weighs 8 pounds, and that's kind of a small dog. He only weighs 9 pounds. All right, well, this was so much fun. I can't wait to see you practice some weight, and I will see you later. Bye.